Hi everybody, this presentation is on Albert Bandura and his social learning theory. Albert Bandura was born December 4th, 1925, which makes him 92. He is still alive today. He was born in Mundare, Alberta, Canada. Some fun facts about him. He is known as the fourth most cited psychologist of all time. He also is known to be the most cited living psychologist, and he is also known as being one of the greatest living psychologists and most influential psychologists of all time. Bandura came up with the social learning theory, which is described by people learning through the observation of others' behaviors. This can be seen in children mimicking behaviors they see in adults. That can be parents, teachers, older siblings, anyone who they are around often. Bandura combined ideas from cognitive learning theory and the behavioral learning theory to come up with 4 requirements for the social learning theory. These are observation, retention, reproduction, and motivation. Along with the social learning theory, Bandura also believed in reciprocal determinism, which is a person's behavior is influenced by their world, just the things around them or immediate to them. He also believed that a person's environment could be influenced by behavior. This can be seen as a child acting out in school because they do not like going to school, therefore acting out in class results in teachers and administrators disliking having this child around. When a child is confronted by a situation similar to this, they may admit that they do not like going to school or that they don't like their peers. This can result in inappropriate actions by the child, forcing adults and administrators to create a more restrictive environment for the child. Again, Bandura's social learning theory can be seen and described as a bridge between behaviorist and cognitive learning theories because it does involve attention, memory, and motivation. One of the most effective experiments Bandura was able to create is called the Bobo doll experiment, which places an adult, typically a parent, in a room with a doll where a child is also present. The adult is then told to either act violently towards the doll or not. The child observes this behavior, and when the adult leaves the room, either reacts violently or non-violently, depending on what behavior their parent or adult that was with them exhibited. Typically, when an adult was acting violently towards the Bobo doll, a child would then also act violently towards the doll, or vice versa. Below is a video that represents Bandura's experiment. Bandura focused on observational learning, which in our profession can be seen in the classroom. It's broken down into 4 phases: the attentional phase, retention phase, reproduction phase, and motivational phase. These are defined as the attentional phase is the first phase in observational learning, which is where a child focuses on a model, usually somebody who is successful or popular or attractive to them. These models can be adults or other students. Students may mimic other students by appearance, clothing style, or social cues. The next phase is the retention phase, which allows us as teachers or other adults to model specific behaviors that we want children to imitate. These behaviors may include showing a student how to write a specific letter or draw a specific shape. which leads us to the reproduction phase, where a student will then attempt to model this behavior which the role model already attempted. Assessments or tests to see how well the student is retaining this information or able to reproduce the letter or shape can be matched during this reproduction phase. The motivational phase is the final stage of the observational learning process, where students then mimic a model in order to receive a reward in the classroom. This is often a good grade or praise. Educators, our job is to help recognize these positive behaviors and reinforce them, whether that be a reward or a good job. Something to help these kids understand that they are doing something correctly so that these behaviors will continue to be mimicked. This last slide is my sources that I used. Appreciate your guys' time watching, and hopefully you understand Bandura and the social learning theory a little bit better. Hopefully as educators we can focus on reinforcing these positive behaviors in our children. Thanks for watching, guys.